Wait, right, I'm gonna start. You have podcast hair.
I'm like freaking sweating.
Well, dude, you're a stud. You have podcast hair.
Well, you know what it was? I was running around trying to, because Mary Jane's out tonight.
Oh,
So I got the monitor up there that I'm gonna keep glancing at. But yeah, they fell asleep on the couch. So then I was like running up and down, like getting the beds ready to put them in. So then I started dripping sweat because I was just running around so much.
that's what we call
Dadding
a super
hard.
dad. Dadding hard. Dun, 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 dun. Cue music. Okay, we're back. Don't you love how we do those music breaks, Danny?
I do.
Phenomenal.
I gotta make this volume louder.
Make it louder. So, guys, welcome back this week. I am Vinnie Dunleavy.
Danny McCartney.
Recognize the voices. Hopefully, you've heard them before. And if not, welcome. If you are a first-time listener, which hopefully you are, because I've been promoting like a maniac.
Same.
Okay, good. Our listenership is up around the world and on the Apple Watch device.
Is it around the world?
Yeah, around the world. We still have some Italian fans. I logged on earlier. We have some Japanese fans. Or I can't say they're Japanese or Italian. They are people located in Japan or Italy.
Got it.
They could be an American expat.
True.
Could be one of my relatives. It could be Joe Guidice from the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
You know, I just learned what expat means.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
In what context did you learn what an expat was? How did that just come up in conversation?
Jimmy Buffett song.
He has a song about expats.
No, he says it. I don't know if it was like a live, and he said it in like an intro, or if he says it in like the song.
Oh, okay. And so, who was it? A coworker who educated you? Did you go, "What's an expat?" And then, or did you Google it? How did you? Oh, you Google. Oh, so that's like a solo mission. You went on that's like an insular one-man conversation.
I'm a big Wikipedia guy.
Okay.
I get into like a Wikipedia black hole. I was recently looking up brain freezes.
That actually would have helped us on our last episode. For those of you, there were a couple people who have written in, and I did get some text messages from some fans, Danny. We apparently had Gwen Stefani's husband wrong.
Yeah, we got it right though eventually.
No, we didn't get it right at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it was, we got it completely wrong. And I will let you know, the end of the last episode.
Wait, we know it's not Chris Cornell.
And we know it's not Gavin
Chris
Ross.
Cornell is the one that died.
Correct. I'm going to. I get messages from all over
Gavin
the world.
Rossdale?
Oh, wait, where did I get this text message from? I'm trying to see. Cause we were talking about how we couldn't figure out who Gwen Stefani was married to. Gwen Stefani was married, I think, to Gavin Rossdale, but
Gavin Rossdale.
Correct, but he was not the lead singer of Bush, nor was that person.
Yes, he was.
Gwyneth Paltrow's husband. No, who was Gwyneth Paltrow married to?
Gavin Rossdale. We're doing this all over again.
No, I know, but the issue was we were talking about Gwyneth Paltrow, but the guy we were talking about with was Gwyneth Paltrow's husband. However, the person we were referring to was Gwen Stefani's ex-husband, which is not Gavin Rossdale.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwen Stefani.
We were getting the two women confused, and they both had different husbands. So
I was thinking of Gwen Stefani.
Correct, but it was so we got Gavin Rossdale, I believe. We got the wrong woman. I think
Gwyneth Paltrow is married to Seal.
No, Heidi Klum was married to Seal.
Got it.
I'm gonna look it up in one
So
second.
who the fuck was Gwyneth Paltrow married to?
There's another. Where is? Oh, here it is. I'm gonna tell you in one second. So, where did I get the? Oh, Gwen Stefani. So thank you, Mark Field. This is one of our This is across the country from Ireland. So in the last episode,
Across the pond.
Across the pond. We just want to be clear. Gwyneth Paltrow was married to Chris Martin of Coldplay.
Oh.
Gwen Stefani was married to Gavin Rossdale.
At least they were both rock singers.
Exactly. And those two guys happen to both be alive, which is we didn't kill off any of them.
That's good.
So, welcome everybody. If you didn't listen last time, go to the very end of the episode. You'll
Vinny,
figure out what we're talking.
Before we get into today's episode, do you want to give the listeners and myself a quick rundown of what we're going to be talking about?
I do.
Because I forgot.
No. Well, first of all, okay, we're going to have a big episode today. We are going to start with, we're going to talk about, number one, Danny had a Disney experience locally that I want to get into. I want to remind him that he needs to be tagging the podcast when he does these things so our fans can actually see them. That goes to your wife, too. You want to pass this message on?
Yeah, because she posted. I didn't. She's more of a poster than I am.
Yeah, we'll get her to some.
Takes all the pictures. I'm still waiting for her to text me some of the pictures.
I would appreciate it if the spouses of this family and our listen, fans out there, guys, if you're doing an Insta story,
I'm gonna text her right now to send me, because the popcorn picture is a good one. I want to post
a great
that
one. But all the fans out there, do not feel embarrassed to tag this podcast in an Insta story. And if you're a dad out there who is not on Instagram, we understand you, because many of you come up to us and say, I don't like to be on social media, and that's okay. But if you are, we're going to ask
tag
you
us.
Just tag us. We don't care what you're doing. Just tag us.
That's how we'll grow.
So we're going to talk about your experience at the Disney show.
Today's episode is brought to you by
Nesquik. Oh my God, that's an old school Nesquik.
Yeah. Look at this
You
guy.
still make Nesquik?
Yeah. So I actually was complaining to Mary Jane because we've been having Hershey's syrup, and I said, why don't we do Nesquik powder anymore? So she bought Nesquik syrup.
I don't like any of the syrups.
I'm a Nesquik powder guy.
We do it's just because we're trying to be healthier. There's a brand called Fairlife. There's a high protein chocolate milk.
No,
and that's in the jar. The other one, we do the Orgain children's chocolate milk. If your kids don't eat well like mine, we do a high protein chocolate shake. It's what you do to balance the diet. So anyway,
so we're
talking Disney
experience.
And then we're gonna do. We have our
little Halloween postmortem.
Yeah, I have not much, maybe tiny bit, a quickie. We're gonna have a quickie. We're gonna rub it out and fast and furiously. We're gonna have a quickie, and then we're gonna do our famous segment. What did Vinnie do? Is back with another question for Danny.
Back.
Danny's gonna guess. Danny. We have a 3-parter for you. You got to figure out what I did.
Okay.
And then lastly, we have a new segment from a fan that we are bringing out. And in the middle of all of this, so my daughter's having a sleepover. Emily.
Oh, look at this.
Here she is, everybody. Emily, say hi.
Hey.
You gotta be in the camera.
Hey, Emily.
Ooh.
What are you saying?
See, I need to sit next to you.
No, where's you having a sleepover?
Cool.
This is Emily. There's no school tomorrow for everybody.
Oh, election day.
Listen, get out and vote. Rock the vote locally. We want everybody of our fans. Please. My father was an elected official. We would like everybody to vote. Emily, tell everybody to vote tomorrow.
Vote.
That's good.
Nice.
So you haven't been in the basement all day, but we reorganized it. So Danny, wait. So before we get into this, Mommy has a brownie for you, Emily. But Danny, where can people find us? If you're a fan of the podcast, remind them on social media.
Instagram, Facebook, at Dad So Hard podcast. Twitter, at Dad So Hard Pod. Email, dadsohardpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay.
Website, wearedadsohard.com.
I'm going to be down for 30 minutes.
We never got around to making that LinkedIn page, but one of these days.
No, I have it on my LinkedIn profile. We're not going to have a LinkedIn company page.
Oh no, why not?
No, I don't think so. We do have our website. Emily, got to go. Emily, the fans want you to go have your sleepover, and then when you're done, you can come back down. So it's Monday night in the Dunleavy Household, Danny, and it's sleepover night because there's no school tomorrow.
Yeah, you got hoodwinked into that.
Emily, I know. It's totally. But our friend's here, and I can't have the friend. This is who knows? So welcome to our world. So Danny, I noticed a photo of you at a Disney event on the weekend, which I was not at, nor did I know about it.
It was in New Jersey, near Westfield, I think.
It was at Westfield. Wait, is Westfield the city or Westfield like the series of malls?
It's the town.
Oh, okay. No, because there's a Westfield mall company.
Oh, right. Yeah, I could be wrong about the town though, but it was like around there. It was somewhere in Jersey. At like this like theater, Beacon Theater, something like that. Anyway, it was Disney Junior Holiday.
It's a new. Isn't that wasn't it's not ice? It wasn't. I couldn't figure out if it was ice skating or stage.
Nope. It was on stage, so it was all the Disney Junior. Vampirina, Fancy Nancy,
Ooh,
Mickey and the Roadster Racers.
So do they do like this is one where they do like the segments, like they do
Yes.
like yeah.
And it all builds up. Like they were throwing a Christmas party, actually a holiday party, because they did a Hanukkah song, and I saw they had the Kwanzaa candle at one point.
Oh, they really did. They went out of their way to acknowledge.
Yeah, just
holidays.
those two.
Okay.
And then each character brought something new for the party, right? Like Fancy Nancy brought the fancy.
Wait, is Fancy
Lots.
Nancy? Fancy Nancy is a book series. It's now owned by Disney.
Yeah, they
did a TV
it's similar
show.
to what they did with PJ Masks.
Oh, okay.
They bought the rights to it, and they
then
made a show.
So
Yeah.
For fans, Danny, remind fans, for everybody who is listening, if you have not listened before, Danny is an obsessive.
Big Disney fan.
Some people are
big
Disney
Disney.
light. I'm on a scale of 1 to 10. We're like 4s in our house. You're like a 12.
Yeah. Like I can't even tell you. I am so anxious for the Disney Plus app.
Did you already subscribe?
Yeah.
Did you do the 3-year deal, or you were?
Of course I did.
Oh, I did the 3. I did the same. So did I. I did the 3-year deal, but I got extra $5 off. It was like one something.
Yeah, we did it through I think our Disney Visa card.
Okay.
Um
And by the way, if anybody's watching this video on YouTube, there is a hidden Mickey in this podcast.
Yep. I just looked at it.
You just see it. I know. That's how.
With the Jason mask. How fucked up are my kids?
It's a total. You really are living two different sides to this.
It's insane.
I keep looking down. If you're watching the podcast and you're wondering what I'm looking at, because Dan, you haven't asked.
Oh man, that is creepy.
It's very.
Now that I'm looking at it in the background.
No, it's you have the Jason.
Do you know how
mask
scary it is coming down the basement seeing that? Dead serious.
No, it's well. If the lights are off, it looks like I'm a scaredy cat. I couldn't handle that. Like Halloween freaks me out. I don't like it. I'm not a dress up person.
Yeah.
So did you like the show? For anybody out there who has a kid into Disney,
It was good.
what was the
I hate
ticket
when they
price
do
point?
Intermission at these things, but I guess I get it. Like they don't want kids pissing their pants.
Yep.
It was about 45 minutes intermission, and then
Yep.
probably about another half hour.
Would you buy? How much did you pay?
I don't know. Mary Jane did that. She bought it like months ago.
Here you go, Troy. Would you argue that it's priceless? Priceless.
What's
priceless? Would you argue?
Oh yeah, of course. All this stuff is priceless. No, it was good though. Like,
who
kids
enjoyed
had
it
a good
more,
time.
you or your kids? Because I think the
Kids for sure.
got a giant popcorn.
Yeah, no, the kids enjoyed it more for sure. I am a big fan of like the Disney on Ice because I like the
girls in the skirts.
it's typically at the convention center, and I like all like the sports arena food, right? Like the chicken fingers and the fries and all that stuff. So I'm
not a fan. We did a PJ Masks stage production, and we lied to the kids at intermission and said it was over because it was so terrible. It was so terrible. And then Shane was like, "Can we go back?" And I was like, "No, it was terrible." And it was over. I said, "It's over. It's over."
If it was the same PJ Mask one we saw, that was like what revived Brady's interest in the PJ Masks. Like he was over it. We saw that, and then he was back into it.
Oh man, no, we saw this one, and it was. Can't even tell you what happened. It was like the worst stage production of a thing.
I mean,
it was terrible. It was terrible. And then what rolled into your? Did you do that after Halloween or before?
After we did it, we did that Saturday night.
Yeah.
So it was the 2nd, November 2nd, the last day of Dia de los Muertos. No,
wait, what was it? A Day of the Dead last week?
Muertos.
Okay,
Day of the Dead is November 1st.
Okay, because I
All
just
Saints
had this. The girls having the sleepover. We were picking a second movie. They watched Mamma Mia
Coco?
2, and then we went through the Fandango Now app for a new movie, and the one girl was like, "Oh, what about Coco 2?" And I was like, "I think it was just Day of the Dead, not Coco 2." No, I meant Coco 2, as in addition to,
as well
as because they saw Mamma Mia 2. And a couple times during the movie, like, this is a very romantic movie because there's a lot of kissing in it, and the girls were embarrassed. They get embarrassed watching people kiss. And so then it ended, and I just put on. I was in Coco, and then they decided to go with Wonder Park.
That I gave my review of Wonder Park.
You did.
With the mom that has basically like a terminal illness that you don't find out till the very end that she's going to be okay. Are you fucking kidding me?
I started. I go, girls, you sure you want to watch
kids?
Well, I said, girls, you sure you want to watch this movie? Doesn't somebody die in the beginning? And they're like, she's not dead.
And Brady's so sensitive, like just randomly throughout the whole movie, he's like, how's the mama doing? It's like, I
Stop
hope
it.
she's doing okay, Brady, because if she's not, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I agree. I'm not a big fan of. I'm not at that one. But these kids, they
wasn't that good.
watch movies
Isn't
7 times.
What?
They watched. Emily's friend has seen Mamma Mia 2 like 7 times, so she knew what was going to happen. She was giving us previews of it. Like every scene, she's like, I know what happens next.
Yeah.
So then, what did you have an event? My Halloween, I'm just going to report out. It was the most uneventful. I was home late. We got the kids running around. It was rainy and crappy out here. I was not into it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't crazy eventful. I left work early, so that was awesome.
Did you go to a lot of? Did people think you? How many people voted? Oh, you should do this as an Instagram story. Would you do like Jesus or Fat Thor?
I looked way more like Fat Thor on Halloween.
What put it over the edge? Did you put a pillow in your belly?
Yeah, I was fat.
That works.
But,
Did you like what was the most unusual? I don't know. I think it was on this Insta story or my own. I took a picture of my kids' candy bags, and there were some. What I would like to actually go off on some of the people in this neighborhood who gave out some weird food. What was the weirdest? What was the weirdest treat your kids got that you were like sort of offended by?
pretty standard stuff this year. Like typically we'll get some stuff where it's like where did you even get that from? But no, we got pretty standard stuff, like a lot of more chocolate than not, which I was happy about.
Oh, really? Oh,
I feel like last year we didn't get a lot of chocolate, which sucks because I ate about 1,000 calories of chocolate of Halloween chocolates before this. So like that was my dinner.
My top 3 offensive gifts. Number 3 was pretzels. There was like 7 bags of pretzels.
That's typically what we get. We didn't get 1 bag of pretzels this year. I was 3.
No, we got 7 pretzels, but they were Halloween design, and then they were bats, so they were shaped
the Utz ones. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
The next most offensive one we got was Smartfood popcorn. I'm telling you, this peninsula I live on.
Are you kidding?
No. How can I make that up? White cheddar Smartfood snack bags.
You might as well give out like Skinny Pop.
Oh yeah, that was nice. So actually, the number one thing, and I just don't. I actually enjoy it to eat, but
give out little bags of carrots.
No. This is even better. It completely does not fit as a Halloween treat. The individual serving size Pringles cups.
That's awesome.
That's not Halloween though. You don't go.
Who cares? Were they rich?
I don't even know where it came from.
They're giving that out to every kid.
Yeah, every kid got an
individual.
That
just takes up a lot of space in your house.
Well, no, not the big, not the sleeve. Like
the one this big.
Yeah, the one that big, like the 2.5 inch big. Yeah, the cup.
Yeah. Like it probably has 20 chips in it.
Yeah, it has about 10 or 15. No, maybe 10. No, it's not the 3-incher. It's like the 2-incher. It's like the small.
Okay, still
big, but but that's not a Halloween treat. When you go trick or treat and somebody gives you Pringles, I feel like that's
pretty cool. I think.
None of that had chocolate enough, and I was not thrilled. I'm just putting it out there in the neighborhood. Next year, I need more chocolate, less salt.
Well, you get those next year. You give them to me.
What ended up happening was my kids had never eaten it before. So
I love Pringles.
Listen. Once you have one, you can't stop. So my kids gave it to me, and
if you're gonna say the tagline, say it right.
What is it?
Once you pop, you can't stop.
That's not Pringles, though, is it? Yeah, once you get it, it's once you pop.
Yeah, it is, because remember they would.
It's the pop. Yeah, so
pop off the lid.
Yeah.
You squeeze it and the lid pops off.
Were you there in the early '90s when they came up with the Pringles with Olestra to help you lose weight? No. And they were testing this drug Olestra, and basically they put it in a lot of salty foods to help.
Oh, and it gave you diarrhea.
Correct.
Yeah, it was in Baked Lays.
Oh, it was in Baked Lays, and I thought they did it in Pringles, but it made me.
Oh, Baked Lays.
Oh, it was Baked Lays.
Because Baked Lays were delicious.
Yeah,
but you right through you.
Oh, zoom.
It's not in them anymore.
No, zoom. But so as Shane and Emily, they were like, "Daddy, you can eat them," and I said, "Listen, guys, I know you don't like to take my food recommendations, but if you try one, trust me, you will love these. I have no problem eating the entire thing." So I had one, and then they both opened them.
I'm a fan of the cheddar Pringles.
Oh, okay.
The pizzeria Pringles, and oddly enough, you wouldn't think that I'd be about this, but
sour cream and onion.
No,
multigrain. Ooh, they even have a
Try it.
multi-grain. They have a multi-grain Pringle.
Try it. That's all I'm saying.
So to
Try
give you, Danny, to tell you how different our level of purchasing Pringles are. So Shane fell in love with them. I go to the
Yeah, you're
grocery
like
store.
ranch, barbecue.
Oh, even worse. I should bring them down. You're gonna be worse. So I got a standard stack of Pringles. I said, let me get the standard one.
Gotta.
Then I got the fat-free Pringles.
Okay, unnecessary.
And then I got the 50% less salt Pringles. And then I got another thing of I think I got a classic diet Pringles. There's like 3 diet ones, so I got them for the kids just to try because I thought it'd be a healthier version.
Why not?
Why not? And then because
Treat
I don't think
yourself,
they,
right?
I don't think they wanted the flavors. So I figured if they don't eat it, I'll eat it. And who needs the salt? I've been having circulation issues.
High cholesterol.
Well, no, when I went to Sedona, I was on a vacation break a couple weeks ago, which is why it's been a few days for the podcast. But I had a cold.
It's been like 2.5 weeks.
No, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. But I was at 5,000 feet above sea level, and I had a cold, and basically I almost stopped breathing because my whole body expanded, and there was like 2 of me sitting at a table. I just got so big.
I'll do it.
So anything else? What other anything else on your Halloween to report? Any reactions to this year's Halloween? I didn't really see a lot of costumes that I was impressed by.
No.
Nothing.
A lot of the nowadays, like I feel like everyone's the same thing. Well, again, it was probably the same thing when we were kids. We just didn't realize it.
What do you mean they all? Because I saw groups of middle schoolers,
Spider-Mans, and Iron Mans, and
there's a lot of that.
Black Panthers. And
do you find a lot of the older kids though? Like I found the older kids in the neighborhood, they actually legit, like a bunch of girls became like football players, and they all walked around as football players together. Like it was like the older kids, I think, like to dress up as the same thing. That's what I've seen. Like in Staten Island, you get a bunch of like mob wives.
Dressing up. Yeah, a lot of mob wives.
Like gangsters. A lot of grease. They're all dressed in grease, like it's Grease. T-birds and pink ladies.
I thought I had to sneeze. It's gonna hit me eventually. I know it.
All right. So Danny. So that was our Halloween. We're gonna go to this segment, and I'm gonna see if I can stump you. So
real quick, do you turn into Christmas immediately on November 1st?
We put away immediately all Halloween, and we stick. We put 3/4 of the decorations away because we stuck with Thanksgiving fall theme. So we are in the fall theme up to Thanksgiving. Then the day after Thanksgiving, we wipe out fall and we enter Christmas.
We okay, yeah, because it was funny. Friday, yeah, when I came home from work Friday, November 1st, everything was away. It was fucking crazy.
No.
Like to the point where I walked in the house and didn't realize that the decorations were away, and then it took me a second, and I'm looking around, and I think Mary Jane saw me start to notice, and she was like, "Yeah, you see decorations." So and I was like, "Yeah, what the fuck happened? When did you do this?" So
the women, I have to tell you, my wife, Dark of Night, they're all in a pile. I know I had actually physically put them away because she's not a Tupperware closet person. She's just to let me put them all in a pile.
Why? Wild. I don't have to do a thing. It's great.
Yeah, it's amazing. So wait, what about now? How long is your candy bowl? Are your kids' candy bowls still accessible?
Their candy bags,
yeah,
unfortunately, are. Well, we put them in a closet that has a chain lock on it.
So they know where they are.
They know where they are, and I keep going into it to the point where I just have to throw it all away.
Well, I bring it to work. I bring mine's at work. We officially yesterday was our
smart.
Yesterday we took the bags and we put them in another room, and they have forgotten about them. So as of yesterday, Halloween in our house is officially over.
The other thing, yeah, whatever. Anyway, what were we saying?
All right, so we're 4 or 5 weeks into this new segment, so it's really not new.
I thought we stopped this segment.
No, this is the one that's super popular.
The Vinnie one?
Yeah, this is like, what did Vinnie do?
I thought people didn't like that.
No, people write in. They think it's hysterical.
So when I say people don't like it, is it just me that doesn't like it?
Yes, it's just you.
Got it. Okay.
So this is the issue. I'm going to tell. So to remind people what this is I'm going to give a situation that has occurred in my life, and then I'm going to ask Danny, what did I do? But I will give him 3 multiple choice responses. And if you're at home, you're listening, please play along. And if you're a fan of this podcast,
Yeah, play along. Talk to your podcast.
Talk to yourself. If you're going for a run, if you're in your car, think about like what do you think I did in this situation, and maybe reflect.
What are you doing with your computer that it's shaking?
Oh, I
Stop
noticed
moving it.
It's me. I think I keep moving it. Somebody watches on YouTube's gonna have a stroke.
I know you're gonna give him epilepsy.
Okay, so
Epileptic shock.
Emily is
That's how it works.
okay. So this occurred at my daughter's soccer game over the weekend. Third grader soccer, girl on girl.
You can't say that.
7. I mean, young
You just
girl.
can't.
It's young girl on young girl action. 7 and 7.
I'm gonna
7 and
just sign off in 2 seconds.
Listen, it's 6 girls on the field and a goalie. 6 girls and a goalie. And this year the team started out strong, and then they halfway through they hit the skids, and we were in a losing streak. Everybody know, if you've been listening, you know I have a love-hate with being a soccer dad on the sidelines. I sometimes yell too much, I sometimes don't.
Yeah, you love it, everyone else hates it.
So the last 2 games, though, because of my schedule, I have not been able to be at the last 2 games. So I was, and they both lost. They lost the last 2 games. I was not there at. So we went this week.
The common denominator.
Maybe it. So it was cold out. Anybody in the Northeast? It was about 45 to 55 degrees out this past Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. The girls are out there warming up. The game starts. Off the bat, 2 minutes in, bam, other team scores a goal. Part of it was due to Emily kicking the ball in front of her own goal. So that was not good. About another 5 minutes later, Emily goes and passes the ball again in front of her own goal.
Okay.
The other team scores.
Okay. She's setting them up. They're knocking it down.
She set them up. She gave it away.
Yep.
She subs out. They bring another squad
I hope
in.
so.
I was.
I mean, no offense, but
no offense. No, they were off their game. So they have enough girls where they can sub in a whole. The other team had 1 sub. Emily's team had like 6. So Emily's team, fresh legs. These girls, but they were
and they're still just getting plowed.
Crushed. So halftime comes, it's like 5-0. And they're usually these Emily's team is
high scoring soccer game.
And this is a good group of girls that just weren't showing up for this game. So second half, they're 25-minute halves. We're now 10 minutes into the second half. It was 0-0. No more goals were scored in the second half, but it's 10 minutes in, and then all of a sudden the other team scores a 6th goal.
Okay.
So Danny.
Yeah.
At this point, with about 12 and a half minutes left in the game, what did Vinnie do?
All right, let's hear it.
Option 1 is that I packed up my foldable chair.
Okay.
And walked into the parking lot.
Got the hell out of Dodge.
The car, and I sat in the car, watched the rest of the game in the car because it was cold out.
Embarrassed.
And I was just tired.
Yep. Next.
Option 2 is I ramped up my cheering, and I basically ridiculed these girls to try to win and score at least 1 goal by yelling at them and making sure that they knew how to step it up and how I felt as a third, what I'll call myself, the third coach.
Yeah.
Or option 3 is I decided to celebrate the success of the opposing team, and I just cheered on the other girls by being like, great job, blue, go dark blue, you guys are doing great, like, way to go.
I mean, that would be diabolical.
So what out of those 3 choices, Danny, it's Saturday morning and now approximately 9:45 a.m.
I think you left. I think you left.
You think you left? Do you think that was a choice?
Yeah.
People at home, please make your decision before I do the reveal.
No, you probably cheered on the other team.
You know me. What do you really think in my
You cheered on the other team. You're a lunatic.
So Danny, you're lucky I gave you a second chance at life. You are correct.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing. Option was that option 2? I think it was option 2. Option 3. I decided at that point to go, you know what? These other girls are working hard. These other girls, I don't even know where they were from. I don't know what town they were from. They were kicking butt. So I said, you know what? I said, let's go. I said, Port girls, you're doing fine, but this other team, way to go, blue. You guys are hammering in. You were taking it to them, keep it up. Good job, girls. Good job. And at the end of the game, I systematically asked them, I said, listen, not everybody knows how to win, and you guys are really good losers, and keep losing, and you can only go up. Next season, you can only win. You can only go up. But that other team, got to give it to them. They were great. Really skilled, really great.
How'd you take that?
Partly, I think she was hungry, and partly she does not like to lose. So then on the way home, she did have a breakdown and started crying and screaming because like she was hungry and pissed. And she's like, I was screaming at the other girls. I mean, she basically claimed it was not her fault. And then she said that she almost got a goal in, but the other girl didn't pass it to her, which then I reminded her, it's okay that you almost got a goal, but that means nothing because you actually helped them score 2 goals. So you didn't stop any. And she was like, that's not my fault. I know. I go, well, the problem is, and she was just more upset that she didn't almost get a goal, which I tried to remind her she should have been more upset that she let 2 goals in. So
That's tough.
it was a rough Saturday. Now we have 2 games left.
Yep.
And they're apparently I've not been banned by the Sideline yet. I'm still allowed there.
I mean, it's about like you're getting there.
We're getting there though. Although I did, you know what I did do when the game was over? Since we couldn't clap for our daughters who played, I turned to all the parents of the Port Washington Soccer Club and I said, you know what, moms and dads? Let's give ourselves a hand. We came, we showed up in this cold weather, and we supported our daughters. So I think, and I led a cheer from all the parents because we were tired and unhappy. You know what it's like to watch your kid lose brutally? It was the worst. The worst.
You gotta deal with that.
The worst. You had to travel. I have to travel 45 minutes for this shit on a Saturday morning. Get up at 6:30 in the morning. The worst. Oh, terrible. So that's what I did. Congratulations to all our winners at home.
That sounds like a shitty weekend.
But by the way, if you won at home, let us know in the DMs, and Danny may send you a T-shirt.
Fuck.
In 2020, who knows? But you can earn a T-shirt if you claim that you got the question right.
I keep forgetting to do that.
And Danny, can you please send?
You got to remind me.
I have reminded you on text. Previous winners,
Text
please.
me.
Reach out to us. Danny, can you send our fans a T-shirt?
Text me Wednesday.
Are you going to be at a mailbox on Wednesday?
No, but I have all the shirts in my office.
That's a great place to be handing them out to your friends and family. Bring them fucking home.
I hand them out to employees.
You should hand them home. What about to your friends? Does your wife even wear one? And your kids? And your mom and dad? Danny, you have brothers and sisters and siblings and cousins. Staten Island they should be bleeding red T-shirts in Staten Island.
That's a good point.
Bleeding red ones. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And now next. God, now that you got me all riled up.
Riled up. Sorry about that. You're never going to be able to fall asleep tonight.
I'm not going to. We have one more segment to do. We have a brand new segment.
All right.
So this is one where, thanks to our viewers and our fans, DGAR, something at Gmail, wrote us in a couple weeks ago.
You can't give people's Gmails. So
I didn't say the whole one. It's DGAR. It's DGAR something at Gmail. I don't really remember. I don't know the whole address. But his name is Dave, and he's a fan. So thanks to Dave. What?
Just say Dave.
Dave. Okay, thanks, Dave. Dave, you're out there. We know you are. So a big shout out. But he came up with a new idea for a segment, and this segment is I don't think we have a name for it, or it's
we'll think of a name.
I think this is like a Did You Know or Do You Know. We're gonna call this a Do You Know. Oh, remind me, Danny, after this is over, I have a hashtag thing to tell you.
Okay.
And we're starting one. But anyway, so this is called Do You Know. So a lot of our kids out there, and this is sort of what it was, the genesis of it is for guys or people out there who don't have kids, or you have kids, you're listening. We're going to start to educate everybody on certain things our kids are doing, so that if you're not aware of it, maybe you're going to be aware of it after this segment. And it's going to be fun because I'm going to ask Danny if he knows about something, and we're going to see. My bet is he has no clue what I'm talking about, and he's going to have to figure it out on his own.
I'll know what you're talking about.
Okay, so Danny, I am going to ask you, do you know?
I've got my pulse on it on this.
On kid culture. This is Kid Culture 101. Do you know who Everleigh Rose is? Ding, 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 ding. ding, 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 ding,
No.
ding, ding. So if you don't know who she is, I literally won't be able to give you a hint without the whole game going up to shit. So the point of the game is for you to try to guess who she is. Describe who you
Is it
think
someone
this person is.
on Disney?
I know, just come up with the answers. I want you to paint the picture, commit to something, go, you know what? This is who she is. Commit to it, and then we'll see if you're right or wrong.
Well, I can take an educated guess because I'm starting to remember your text about what we're going to talk about.
I just told you we're talking about something that my daughter does or knows, or this is something. Obviously, this is some kind of form of entertainment for children.
Singer.
And what to describe her in the life of kids? Who do you think this woman is? And we're gonna see how right or how wrong you are.
Is she a kid singer?
No, you describe her, how old she is, paint the picture of who you think she is, and then we're gonna figure out how right or wrong.
I would say she's probably 16.
Okay, what about her? What does she look like?
If I had to guess, I would say she's maybe someone from the Descendants that sings.
Is she on social media?
Everyone's on social media, of course.
What's her platform of choice?
Instagram.
And what is she posting on Instagram? Pics, nudes, videos, singing videos.
Singing videos.
Is she by herself with friends?
Nah, she's by herself.
Does she? What is she doing? Just singing? Is she like doing karaoke for a 16-year-old?
Yeah, she's just singing. I'm gonna start looking it up.
And what does she watch? What is she wearing? What is she wearing? Everleigh Rose. What is Miss Everleigh Rose wearing, Danny? Flowers. Okay. That mask moved.
Did it?
It totally did.
It looked like it moved.
It looked like it just moved. Your Jason mask. So okay. So for people listening at home, I'm gonna let you know Danny is completely wrong.
Oh really?
Yes, Everleigh Rose is a 8-year-old girl or 7-year-old now, and she has a massive, massive following on YouTube and Instagram because her parents. She is part of, if anybody doesn't know them, the LeBrant family. So this family is a husband and wife. I believe they're from like Nashville, Tennessee. We have 2 kids, or no, 1 kid maybe. Everleigh Rose is their daughter. They legit have. So Emily, we're YouTubers. Oh, well, you just took your mic off.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's still working. The point here, Danny, is you got to listen to this. This family, these 2 parents have had this girl doing YouTube videos since 2012 for the past like 5 years. Everything from unboxing stuff to just going to Target to literally cooking and making slime.
So they were ahead of it. They knew what was happening.
Oh, we're talking way ahead. Not only do they have, at the end of their YouTube videos, do they say, go to our Instagram?
Was Ryan's World even born yet?
Oh, no. This girl, Everleigh Rose. Ryan's nobody compared to Everleigh. And the father, Cole, the mother. They have, I counted a quick Instagram. They have, I believe, between the 3 of them, 9 accounts. And they all have millions of followers. We're going to tag them in an Instagram post later today. So Everleigh Rose, though, if you ever seen her on video, she has her own Instagram with 4.8 million followers, and she's 8 years old. I mean, I can't with her. And the mom, the father's name is Cole. The mother's name, I think, is Sav. It's very interesting. And the LeBrant family, it's Savannah Rose LeBrant is the mom. She's a YouTuber, wifey, and a girl mama. And she wants us all to be kind. So
she wants to what?
Be kind. That's her Instagram profile.
World.
Her Instagram profile. It's right here. Ready? That's the mom. The mom is.
I found her.
Is Sav.LeBrant.
Oh, she is a child.
No, Everleigh Rose is a child.
She's 6 years old.
No, yeah, I think she's 7 technically now in these videos. And I don't want to say her parent. This is a
she's
family.
6 years old.
Yeah, she's 6. Is she 6? Yeah.
I love to dance and have fun with my family.
She is a big star in our house because my daughter.
Oh, we follow her.
Yeah, I know. I said she's 7 accounts. I followed them all tonight.
Oh.
But if you have a daughter out there who's on YouTube, we've talked about Ryan's Toy World. I would say check out Everleigh Rose and her parents and the LeBrant family. And if you haven't checked it out,
they sound like old money.
No, I don't think they have any money. You see their house. I mean, they have some money, and I don't want to insult them, but they're not rich.
The LeBrants? I feel like the LeBrants are very rich.
Well, they became rich on Instagram because they have these people have thousands of followers. Elmer's Glue is like one of their main sponsors.
Savannah Rose LeBrant is the mom.
I mean, that's an American name if there's ever one. I mean, I will have to give it out to Savannah there.
It's not too bad to look at.
No. Listen, this guy Cole is doing very well for himself. I mean,
Oh,
they're
he's
very
rich?
good looking. No,
Is that
I'm
the
saying
dad?
no. I'm saying
Dad's good looking.
They're a very good looking family. He looks like a surfer.
They actually look like they could be brother and sister.
I don't want to say that, but yes, they could be. They high energy. They're also like probably I'm gonna guess in their late 20s. But these guys they're giving out games.
They look like they're in college.
Yeah, if somebody wants to be an Instagrammer, this
He's in pretty good shape.
They have 1 million Instagram handles, though. I don't understand. I'm finding them from all over the place.
I don't understand what they do.
They just post videos of their daughter and their family doing games. They take her shopping. They do some of the games are educational. They play like spelling games, and the other day, okay, this is one where
like the mom,
they're just Instagrammers. That's all they do.
She's just posting pictures.
No, that's all they're full-time influencers. So the other day, Danny, they did a game where they had to spin a wheel.
I don't get it.
I know. Let me tell you one thing they did. They spun a wheel, and the wheel stopped on one letter. And Everleigh Rose had to spell a word starting with that letter. And if she spelled the word correctly, her parents brought her to Target to buy the word she spelled. So she stopped on the word I. She stopped on the letter I, and she spelled the word iPod. And then her parents at the Target and bought her an iPod. This is the game that they play in their house. Then they just spell. It's like they literally just like if you can spell it, we'll buy it.
Just get at it.
They're American. That's the new American family are the LeBrants. These they're I mean let's celebrate them for working the social media system and sharing. But if you have a kid out there who's on YouTube, I'm telling you these folks. I want to like them and I want to go out of my mind with them. There's another one, dearly sav.ever. So I do want to know which one they want us to use. They have like 9 or 10 Instagrams. Apparently, I guess they must have switched them all up. They must test them out there for different purposes. Because there's a lot of different ones.
They're very religious.
Oh yeah, they're very religious. Yeah, no, they're very They're,
I mean, the mom's thing says Jesus is king. Be kind. Right. That's it.
Yeah. No, I think they are. No, they're very and Cole LeBrant. So the husband's Cole LeBrant, and his is thank you. He is his description is that YouTuber who loves Jesus, living for God, not for the man. I'm in love with my sexy wife and 2 beautiful daughters. I mean, this family has it all. They're living life. They're living for God and not for the man. I mean, me and Danny live for this podcast. Maybe one day we won't work for the man, Danny. We're just going to live for each other.
Live for the man.
Yeah. I work and live for the man. Thank God for, but they are they actually have a fun, listen, I like their energy. I watch them on YouTube, and if you haven't checked them out, check them out. Maybe we'll have them on the podcast one day, Danny.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to be on our podcast.
Why not? Put it out there. Cole LeBrant, this is an official ask. I'm going to send a DM to you, and we'll tag you when this episode goes live.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
So, Danny, let's just go back to who you thought Everleigh Rose was. A 16-year-old girl.
Totally wrong.
Singing karaoke on the YouTube video.
How did Emily find out about her?
Well, when you go to YouTube and you watch YouTube and you find unpacking videos, Everleigh Rose, and they actually have a friend. So this goes back a year ago when I first was introduced to them. They actually had another couple they were friends with where they would do these videos where they would travel places and then have mysteries, and then you have to they would do hidden clues and find stuff. And then now they did one where they made slime the other day, and Everleigh Rose's friend came over the house. And lo and behold, what we found out in the video was, I don't think she has regular friends, because while they were in the middle of doing slime with a friend, they then cross-promoted the friend's Instagram and said, hey, if you like Sarah over here, make sure you check out Sarah's videos on YouTube too. And go to her. Of course. So the cross-promotion, out of control. So I think it's something for us to learn about. But that was this week's segment, Danny, of Do You Know? But that was good.
I liked it. I didn't like so much the guessing part. I thought that was a waste of time. I think maybe we just get into telling people about the new
Well, no, but the idea is that if you could come up with a ridiculous description, because I'm giving you the name, and then it's funnier for you to say, for me to reveal what it actually is.
Okay.
That's the point. Now, you could do it to me as well if you had something that you discovered or researched.
All right.
Spent about 10 minutes of diligent social media research before this call tonight.
All right. I think I got something for next week.
Think about it.
Oh, maybe not.
Well, it's a week. First of all, next
Well,
week.
I'm in Vegas all of next week for work.
Oh, that's a nice trip. Can you tag the podcast when you're can you wear your T-shirt in Vegas and tag the podcast?
I don't know if I'm going to be wearing my podcast T-shirt. I'm at a work event.
You're not working all the time. You're going to be at a casino for.
No, I'm going to be at like productions and shoots.
And you're going to be working 24/7. You're not going to get 5 minutes by yourself. Go to the bathroom.
Yes, then I'll change into my podcast shirt. Okay.
Listen, promote.
Yes.
There's always you listen before you go to bed at night. You spend 2 hours up late at the casino. We need some heavy hitters.
Always be promoting.
We'll always be. Maybe one day we'll get a free trip for ourselves and our fans. If this podcast is successful, people listening, maybe somebody will offer me and Danny a trip, and then we'll be able to give a trip away. So we can only do that if everybody promotes us and tells us that they want us to be successful.
You're right. Vinny, when you're right, you're right.
We're doing this because of a new hashtag that Danny and I are going to be starting. And the hashtag is #us2.
We're starting that?
Yes, we're starting it. Because it's not just about parents and all the moms. It's about us dads. So it's about us too. And
I don't think I want to touch that.
Well, you just touched it, and I'm wiping it on your face.
No,
I just wiped it on your face.
I'm vetoing that.
No, I have the login to all of our accounts. I'm going to log in.
I'm vetoing that. We're not doing us two. We're not competing with me too.
It's only a competition if they can keep up with us.
This is like when people tried to change Black Lives Matter to All Lives Matter. We're not doing this.
We are.
We're not doing this.
We're doubling down for us too, because we're dads, and all the dads out there have to unite against a cause. And this cause is to remind people, dads or parents too. I'm choked up. Look at me. My voice. This is my voice cracking.
Let's wrap this episode up.
I'm trying, but my voice. I'm in the middle of a Peter Brady. My voice is cracking. When it's time to change, it's time to
thanks everyone for listening.
All right, everybody,
We're not doing us two.
Everybody, leave a comment. We're going to put this as an Instagram story question. Are you with us or without us? Are you going to hashtag us too?
I'm not doing that. You can.
I will do. If our fans agree.
Horrible idea.
Let's see if it takes off. What are you going to do?
When
the Twitterverse takes off, and next thing you know, the Today Show's calling because they want to meet these two dads that are championing the cause of fatherhood.
Okay.
With hashtag us too. I think that's the name of our book. I actually thought we were going to change the book title to hashtag us too. Which, by the way, everybody listening, big developments in the book arena, but we can't talk about it right now.
Exactly.
But there's stuff happening.
Okay.
You gotta wait for it.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Peace.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good night. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.